want to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for.
The merit of this game, I feel, is its honesty. You cannot cheat.
A game in a million. What about my knight? You forgot my knight, I fear, Don Alonso.
Check with my queen. Ah, mademoiselle, I trust we are friends again. I regret our slight disagreement.
Do not be concerned, monsieur. My duty as hostess forces me to overlook the impertinence of my guests.
Then I am forgiven?
Monsieur, I wondered if, as a relaxation from your labors, perhaps you would enjoy a masque as entertainment. I have therefore engaged a troupe of players, just arrived at our chateau. They shall perform for you from tomorrow, for your pleasure. I trust you will enjoy it.
Excellent idea.
And do you know the name of this company, mademoiselle?
The principal is Geronimo, I think.
Geronimo. Geronimo. I know him well. He's the best in Italy.
You are also interested in the theatre, Your Excellency?
Another of my sins, I'm afraid. You're about to lose your advantage. Checkmate, Don Alonso. I'm sorry. One must not count chickens.
Your valet is safe and well, monsieur. He is in hiding in a hut in the park.
Thank goodness. I was concerned about him.
He told me you came from Casal. Tell me, what's happening there?
Bad. They're finished. Toiras will not survive a new assault. We must get the Duc de la Force to mount an offensive. That's our only chance, madame.
The Duke can do nothing. He hasn't the men to mount an offensive. We mustn't count on him.
Then Casal is doomed.
No, it is very far from doomed. Its battle for survival will be fought here, in this chateau, round the conference table.
What conference?
That of the Pope, which as a result of pressure from Cardinal Richelieu, is to take place here. We shall try to negotiate a truce to save Casal, because it's the only way to save it.
If Casal cannot be saved by the army, my mission to the Duc de la Force seems to be pointless.
On the contrary, it is extremely important. You must contact the Duc de la Force, as he is designated to represent France at this conference. But up till now, unfortunately, none of our messengers have got through to him. And he does not know.
And the man responsible for this?
Don Alonso, whose troops have invaded the territory of Savoie to the frontiers of the Var, and he rules it, by exterminating all who attempt to cross it.
In a neutral state, it should not be tolerated.
You will leave tomorrow morning for the Var frontier and bring back the Duc de la Force. You are our only chance.
But why tomorrow when I could go at once?
No, it's far too dangerous. The Spaniards are looking for you. I must have time to organize my men and ensure your safe passage. Now come with me. Mademoiselle de Suspel would like to see you.
You mean you failed?
I don't know how he disappeared.
Again.
But this time he won't get far. Our men are everywhere.
Don't build your hopes and make excuses because you're incompetent.
But-
you're an imbecile and a blundering idiot.
But, Your
you can
Excellency-
consider yourself fortunate that you're not under arrest. But how could he disappear? He's alone. What about our
He
patrols?
is not alone, Excellency. Cardinal Richelieu has a whole army of spies in Savoie, I swear it. They hide him. They are protecting him. And we are helpless. We can do nothing at all until we know who they are.
On no account can this French spy be allowed to get away. There must be no treaty signed before we take Casal. In our hour of victory, it is absolutely unthinkable that we should admit to being defeated at a diplomatic conference and outmaneuvered by politicians.
Give me carte blanche.
Careful, Ricardo. We are on neutral ground. The envoy of the Pope is here. We must not court disaster. You can act decisively but discreetly, and do not do anything which could be construed as any attempt of ours to prevent the conference. You'll act quickly, and no mistakes.
At your orders, Excellency.
Oh, Francois. Don't ever deceive me. As that could be. for both of us.
I will always be honest, Isabel. That I swear.
What do you want?
The Count desires your presence, mademoiselle.
I will come. You sent for me, Father?
Yes. There are matters we must talk about. At this moment, I feel very old and very inadequate, my child.
For any special reason?
The weight of this conference bears heavily on my shoulders. Especially as I have bad news from Turin telling us the Duke is unwell. The responsibility and the decisions must therefore be mine, and they are fraught with difficulties. Alonso, under the pretext of protecting us, has infiltrated his troops into our country.
With your approval?
There was nothing I could do. I have no more love for the Spanish than the French, but just now they had the upper hand. So I must tolerate them.
But not at the expense of honor or self-respect, Father.
Honor? How can we, a small kingdom incapable of defending ourselves against a powerful adversary, speak of honor?
We have our army.
Ludicrous when compared with the overwhelming might of Spain.
Call on our people to resist.
The reprisals would be terrible.
Then can't you appeal to France?
And would you have our country transformed into a battleground for France and Spain? That would spell ruin, death, and despair for all of us. No. We must hide behind a smile, the rage and disgust that devour us. We must not flinch. Rather seem to agree. You must try and be gracious to Alonso. You are far too sharp with him. I fear that he may hold it against us in a situation that is already more than difficult. Alonso is extremely dangerous. His only interest is the greatness and grandeur of Spain. He'll commit any crime to safeguard this grandeur. Hypocrisy, pretense, honeyed words, all are masked in glory to hide our deepest interests. The grandeur and power of nations is founded on the humiliation of the people that unfortunately are too weak to resist them. All history has shown it, and we must learn from it. If I defy Don Alonso today, tomorrow he will reduce our fair land to a heap of ashes. And if we arouse the populace, the branches of our trees will not be sufficiently numerous to bear the weight of those of us who will be left there by the Spaniards. No. To avoid catastrophe, we must appear to cooperate with Don Alonso. I will even go so far as to make certain that not a single outcry shall mar the passage of the Spaniards. I am relying on your help with Don Alonso.
You'll leave tomorrow morning. It's all arranged. Tonight you can stay with the players. You'll be safe with them, but as a precaution, you had better take the end room that overlooks the yard. You can jump out in case of danger. And go to the hut where you'll find Guillaume. He will take you underground to where my men will take charge.
Why so many precautions?
A detachment of Spanish cavalry under the command of Don Ricardo arrived at the chateau this morning. It's best to be prepared. Good night, Chevalier, and good luck.
Don Ricardo, aide-de-camp to His Excellency Don Alonso.
Mireille, lady-in-waiting to Mademoiselle de Suspel.
Enchanted to meet you, mademoiselle. You are French, then?
It is my adopted language, but the land of my birth is Lorraine.
Your sovereign, the Emperor of Germany, is a neutral. I venture, therefore, to presume we are friends.
You might say that.
Life here must be difficult for a young woman far from home.
Oh, no. My mistress, Mademoiselle de Suspel, is most kind.
I was told that she's rather difficult.
Oh, it depends on what your business is, monsieur.
Tell me, mademoiselle, do you live alone here?
Oh, yes. My fiancé is a soldier in the Spanish garrison that is based in Monaco. We hope to marry when the war is finished.
So we shall indeed become even closer compatriots.
We shall.
I congratulate you, mademoiselle. I bid you good evening.
Good evening, monsieur. Have you been introduced?
No. He arrived an hour ago, but he didn't speak, so neither did I, just as you said.
Guillaume, a friend of ours, Luigi, the head of our partisans. De Recci must make his bid for the frontier in the morning. Should things go wrong at the chateau, he has orders to join you here. You will take him underground. You will see that he gets away.
I will.
And there's another thing. The Spaniards that are now in the chateau, I want them watched. I want to know where they go and what for. That's a job for the children. They won't be noticed.
Just as you say.
Good. And now I'd better go.
I, monsieur, are famous for my prowess with the blade. Slash and thrust.
No, I want more fire, more zest. Must I beat at my brains to impress it on? No, let's do it again.
I, monsieur, am famous for my prowess with the blade. Slash and thrust.
You need not go on, monsieur. I know you, and you're a military doctor.
Well, strange to see you here. We met earlier on the road.
Yes, I remember. And we are here, monsieur, at the invitation of Mademoiselle de Suspel for the entertainment of her distinguished guests.
Have the goodness to introduce me to your company. I have always had a leaning toward the theatre.
This one is Arsène, and this is Robiro, my colleagues.
If the morsel I heard was a sample of your quality, we shall be amused.
Monsieur.
It has been said that laughter is for fools, but I am inclined to think otherwise. Men have laughed on the gallows.
Yes, and now, monsieur, let me introduce our charming leading lady, Zerbinetta.
Enchanting indeed. You, little lamb, must beware of the wolf. And is there anyone else, monsieur?
There is my wife, Coralie, who takes care of the costumes, especially those of Harlequin.
Harlequin?
Well, as the seducer, Harlequin's garb must dazzle the women, because women, as we know, have always been attracted by peacock's feathers. They make the conquest easier. A uniform I hear does the same.
Do not underestimate the man behind it. It would be unwise, and if I were you, I would not indulge in such speculations too often. And now, let me say how much I look forward to your entertainment. I hope that you will do your best to amuse us.
Yes, of course.
It is so long since I had the opportunity.
We shall do our best. Yes, our very best.
Now, will you be good enough to hand me the safe conducts of the members of your company?
With pleasure, of course. Here they are.
Thank you. I will, of course, return them when I have examined them. Now, let's see. Yes, it's been altered. Therefore, if all the big fish can be scooped into the same net, we shall also get the Cardinal's agents.
It has all been arranged. The Chevalier will leave tomorrow morning.
I hope you've taken precautions to make sure he does not incur danger.
I must be honest, mademoiselle. The Chevalier is in great danger. Should the Spaniards get him, he is lost.
He must not go. I forbid it. Do you hear?
Neither of us can do anything, mademoiselle. The Chevalier has a mission, and he must go, whatever the result may be.
Mireille, take me to him at once. You must. I must not let him go without telling him again how much I care.
No, mademoiselle, it's far better not to say goodbye again. You would be making things much harder for him.
You've no right.
Such an imprudence could compromise us all. Don Ricardo knows everything we do. He has his men all over the place. If they saw you with a player, they'd suspect.
But couldn't I explain that I was helping choose a play?
A very bad idea. They would not believe it.
Don Ricardo is not master here.
But he acts as if he is.
No, Mireille, you shan't stop me.
Goodbye, Chevalier.
Goodbye, Geronimo.
Good luck.
Goodbye, Arsène. Goodbye, Roberto. And thanks.
Goodbye, Chevalier.
Good luck.
I'm sorry we have to part, Chevalier. You have much talent. You would have made a second Geronimo. Take care, Chevalier, and good luck. What's wrong with you two? We can't waste time. Get a move on. We must rehearse again.
You are sad, Zerbinetta?
You take your leave of everyone but me.
I wanted us to be alone to say goodbye.
You're so kind.
No, just grateful for everything you've done for me.
You mean it? You'll remember me then?
Of course, I shall never forget you.
Neither shall I forget the day I brought you here. What would you say if, as a genuine mark of tenderness, I were to beg you for just one kiss? I do wish you could have stayed here with us. We could have laughed together, played together, and been together every day. Because surely you can see how much you mean to me. I can't help it.
You mustn't, Zerbinetta.
Very sensible. Do you expect me to be sensible? I never meant to tell you, but you're going away. Perhaps I may never see you again. Hold me just once, beloved, and let me kiss you goodbye. Don Alonso, the man you're looking for is at present in this chateau. He's with the strolling players.
And we should never count the cost or worry that we'll fall. It's better to have fought and lost than not have fought at all. Let's always take whatever comes and never try to hide. Face everything and anyone together side by side. You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting